Hello, hello. I hope my connection's working. Good Monday night. I think it's working. It looks like it's working. Okay, cool. Cool, because I'm going to be on here for a significant amount of time talking to you guys. And I'm just going to wait a couple minutes so people can join. How are you? Say hi in the comments. Give me a little like. Show me some love. I'll give you a like this, a real one. What's up, Kyle? Hey, Lisa Vandy, you're my Costa Rica friend. Well, if you want to learn business stuff, you can watch too. I miss you guys. You guys are great. Hey, TJ. All right, all right. I got some very good stuff here. I'm going to wait another 30 seconds. I'm going to get rocking. Hi, Lisa. Hey, Bill. Bill's a very sharp guy. Meacham. How you doing? Hey, hey, hey. Michael Polsky in the house. Up from Canada. No, I know it's Canada. I just mock you guys and say Canada. Okay, so I got some great Q&A questions ready. I have some good stuff. Hey, Nick, how are you? But before I start, I want to tell you three quick things. Three very short things, okay? So, number one, I'm doing an industry survey for the cleaning industry. And a lot of you, hundreds of people take this every year. I'd like to get it into the thousands, but it's just free. It takes like less than 10 minutes to do it. And everybody that actually participates in the industry survey gets to share in the results of the survey, which is always really, really interesting. Here's what it is, okay? You can see this here. And you just go to automategrowsell.com/industry survey. And I think Derek will post a link for us. That's point number one. Yeah, you can ask questions on here too, but just give me 1 minute. And you can't see anything? Uh-oh. Hopefully it's not me. Costa Rica internet gets weird. The second thing I want to mention is that I'm doing this thing called Snapchat now, which is the weirdest app ever, but it's actually really fun as I'm starting to figure it out. So if you want to follow me on Snapchat, that would be amazing, okay? And here's my username for Snapchat. It's just Automate Josh. And there's my little weird guy, my yellow guy. That's how you can follow me on Snapchat. And you get more inside Costa Rica stuff and business stuff too on there, but it's more fun, it's more silly. And the third announcement before we start, which is really cool, okay, I'm doing a giveaway for this live Facebook thing, okay? I'm going to do these Q&As tonight, tomorrow night, Tuesday, and the next day, Wednesday. And you guys can send me questions. I'll answer the questions. And it's going to provide immense value for everybody, okay? And it's going to be fun. But here's the giveaway. I am going to give away an Automate Grow Sell binder. Look at this bad boy. This is actually 24 karat gold. No, it's not. It's not real gold. But it's really good, okay? This is a thick, these binders cost almost $50. And you use it to put your business systems in it, which are so important, right? So check this out. Check this out. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. And we'll mail this to you. Okay, we're going to pick a winner, and we're going to physically mail you one of these binders. And I'll even have Derek put some real business systems in it for you. How cool is that? That is cool, right? Now, to win this, you just have to share this Q&A session. Not spam people, but you guys have friends that are in business, okay? So if you have friends that are in business, share this. Everybody that shares the Q&A session tonight or Tuesday or Wednesday, you just click the share button. That's it. I'm going to pick one of you guys out. I'll get your address, and we'll mail you the binder. So very, very simple, high value. It's going to be totally worth it. So share it like crazy because this is valuable stuff. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy on information, okay? Okay, so let's get into the first question. So TJ Muncie just emailed me just a few minutes before this, so I added it to my notes. And he had a really good question. What he said was, Josh, I'm in the salesman stage right now. What would trigger you to make the move to hire a salesman and then move to the next stage in business? Okay, so let me explain the 5 stages briefly. So for me, hey, Damon, how are you, Damon Rydell? The 5 stages, in my opinion, for a service company are, number 1, you're the person primarily in the field doing all the work yourself. Okay, that's stage 1. Stage 2 is that you are primarily the person working in the office, You still go in the field, you do lots of things. Entrepreneurs, we do it all, baby, especially in the beginning. But if you're primarily in the office, you're in stage 2. If you're primarily the sales guy, if most of your time every week is spent out in the field hustling and grinding and shaking hands and kissing babies and getting deals, you're in stage 3. And that's a good stage. You're really starting to get there at that point. Now, stage 4 is when you're the general manager of the company. So if you're the general manager, you have a sales guy, you have an office manager, you have an operations guy, and you have all your employees, and you're just managing those relationships. You're still very busy, you still work a lot. And then stage 5 is the ultimate stage. Hey, Jason Hatch. Stage 5 is when you're just the business owner. Now, the business owner, it doesn't mean you don't work, but what it means is, at that point, you can go on vacation for a month and come home, and you made more money than before you left for your vacation. That's pretty stinking cool, right? That's the goal, right? It's not about being rich. It's not about money. It's about building a box, building a system with moving parts in it, and you tinker on it, and you grease the right gears, and you assemble the right team. That's the thing. So back to TJ's question. TJ's question was, I'm in stage 3, the salesman stage. So TJ spends most of his time out doing sales all day. So he's asking, what would trigger him to move to the next stage? Well, here's a few of my thoughts on that. Number one, you have to be able to handle the cash flowing of this new sales guy, right? So there has to be a gap, a little bit of margin there to protect yourself to bring on a new sales guy, because you want to be able to pay high-level people living wages to do high-level jobs, right? Now, it doesn't mean you have to have everything perfect to take that risk, but you have to be at a certain stage so that it's financially going to work, at least for a little while you can recalibrate. But here's the big thing. Here's the question he didn't ask. Is your current sales processes, are they already documented? I'm talking your residential. How do you get your phone to ring? What's said to the people when they call? How do you immediately follow up, serve them at a high level? How do you lay out your pricing? Do you group it in packages? How do you talk to the customers? How do you sell it? What's your current close rate? What's your current, right? All these metrics, there's all these little things. You need to have that stuff documented before you bring on a full-time sales manager. The reason why is because a salesperson is not going to save your day. They're not going to save your day. And I work with so many hundreds of people. The reason a lot of people want a salesperson is to save their day. They can't quite figure it out, and they think, if I get a sales guy, then he'll just go get all these sales for me, and it will work. But it doesn't typically work like that. It doesn't typically work like that. So you want to document your standard operating procedures, at least at a basic level. Like on Mondays, we do this. We make 45 calls to existing customers from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Then from 11:30 to 1, we do what are called bog marketing. I call that boots on the ground. You go out and you actually solicit, 10 commercial accounts that are like this or this. Then from 2 p.m. after lunch till 5 p.m., you actually call all of the customers we already did work for and do this and this and this and this. Okay, so that would be Monday. And then Tuesday looks like this, and Wednesday looks like this. So the key is, TJ, to move to that next stage is to start doing your job right now as if you're the very first employee in that role. Do it exactly like that, because everybody underneath you will do identically what you do, except a little bit less, right? And that's normal and natural. Okay, question number 2. Do you prefer a water-fed pole or a squeegee? And I know we have some landscapers on here, we have some carpet cleaners on here. So the water-fed pole, it's a metaphor. It's a piece of equipment. We all have shiny pieces of equipment that we really want. We want that sexy truck-mounted thing with the $50,000 thing. I mean, everybody wants that, especially guys, right? It's cool. We think the equipment is cool. So when you asked me that, Lisa, I thought, there's 2 ways you could be asking that question. Number one, from a quality perspective, what do I think does a better job, a squeegee or a water-fed pole? I think they both do a fine job. You just have to understand how to do both of them. But the real question, I always can kind of see the underneath question that I think should be asked is, should I invest in equipment right now or not? Is investing in equipment worth it? Because look, you got limited funds. You got groceries to buy for your kids. You got school starting. You're going to have sports. Look, everybody's stressed out. The money is tight. So do we buy the equipment or not? Well, here's the thing. Typically, you do not buy the equipment yet. Typically, okay? And here's why. Just like I said with the sales guy, you think hiring a sales guy will save your day. Buying a piece of equipment will not save your day. It doesn't save your day. I love cool equipment. I love it. But if your model's broken, if your phone's not ringing right now, should you buy a water-fed pole? No, because we haven't figured out step 1 yet, so why would we go to step 2, right? So that's kind of my answer to that. It's like, I love water-fed pole because it makes you more efficient. So if you clean windows with a squeegee and you make $60 an hour, a water-fed pole you can make $120 an hour. That makes sense, but it only makes sense if you have volume to back it up. When you make a capital investment, which is what buying a piece of equipment is, it's a capital expense, okay? When you do that, you need to do that from a certain position. I have a lot of work. It's already on the schedule. Our machine is working, and I need to burn through this work, and I want to create more margin for myself. So I'm going to invest in this piece of capital equipment so that when I do this $50,000 worth of work, we can do it in 2 weeks instead of 3 weeks, okay? That's how you return your capital to yourself, okay? But if you don't have massive business coming in already, most people buy capital things too premature, in my opinion, okay? And also, I'm not obsessed with quality. I've never been obsessed with quality. Yes, you have to be professionally competent, but if there's one thing that really ticked off a lot of our competitors back in Michigan, it's that there's this little company who probably did a better technical job on cleaning the thing with the house washing. They probably were more obsessed with that than we were. In fact, I know they were. But what they were missing is they weren't engaged in the customer experience. They weren't engaged in the whole front to back, what I call the customer life cycle. They didn't focus on that. I spent almost all of my effort and time on that, while they spent their time on what I call the technical perfection deception. I actually wrote a blog post on that. You can go to my, I think it's at quicktalkpodcast.com. I have my blog post on my podcast website, and there's one called the technical perfection deception. It really irritates some people. It gets under their skin because the owner-operators, the artisans, they think that's how you win. And it's good to have pride in your work. I love artisans, but if you want to build a big systemized business that produces money for you while you're on vacation, you can't get hung up on technical perfection. Get hung up on professional competency and then all the other systems. Okay, let's keep moving here. Nate Kelly from Canada. Nate Kelly asked, I was really, one of his customers sent him this, okay? His customer said, I was really happy with your work, Nate. You had great customer service, awesome results, your guys were uniformed, they were friendly, but I thought you guys were too expensive based on how long it took for you to do the work. That is a good question. That has totally happened to me. Hey guys, share this if you want to be entered to win the free Automate, Grow, Sell binder. I'll mail it to you. Anybody that shares this is entered to win. Okay, just reminding you of that. So, who here, give me some likes if you've ever had a customer be irritated that they paid $200 for something, but it only took you 45 minutes, or it only took you an hour, right? Give me some love if that's happened to you, because it happened to us all the time, right? Because the customer thinks, wait a second, you're just a laborer. How dare you make $200 an hour? You're supposed to make minimum wage. You're just a squeegee person, right? So how do you overcome that? What do you say to the customer? Well, I see this with two different ways. Number one, Nate needs to probably look at how he's setting expectations on the front end of this transaction and do it better. He's probably doing it good, but he probably needs to do it a lot better. And when I say set expectations, your customers need to know going in that you are a Ferrari, okay? You are a quality, low volume, boutique, high value, non-commodity, like you are a luxury service there to provide a luxurious experience for them. Now, if you set that up right through your processes and your scripts on the phones and the literature and the way that you sell your stuff in the beginning, then when you go there and it's $200 for 40 minutes, that problem doesn't happen. I mean, maybe it will once in a while, but it won't be a problem anymore, okay? The second thing is you don't have to defend your honor. Like, you don't have to defend yourself, right? What we would say to people, I'm going to just spitball a script that we use, and this will be rusty because I've been out of the business for a couple years now, but this is what we would say to people if they had an objection to price or anything like that. We would say this, Mr. Jones, let me back up just 2 minutes. I'm so sorry. I should have said this to you before, but can I take like 30 seconds and explain to you kind of how we do things? Because we're a lot different than many other companies. Then Mr. Smith would say, yeah, sure. And I'd say, well, first of all, Mr. Smith, we provide a very high level of service. We are not a normal company, and I mean that in all sincerity, okay? All of our technicians are clean cut, background checked, non-smoking adults with families who are paid a living wage, number one. Number two, they like their job. They enjoy what they do, and they're very, very good at it. We set a very high bar. When you call us, we answer our phone. If we do make a mistake, because we are human, we run towards those problems. We stand behind our work. We guarantee all of our work. Now, to do business like this, it does cost a little bit more, and I understand that, but we feel that the value you get is worth so much more. And we're not a good fit for everybody, but we are the best value. Boom! Boom! How good is that? What if you did that? What if you did that every time someone brought up a price objection to you? Would that help you? Hello? But here's the caveat. You actually have to be better. You can't just say that. You have to be awesome. Answer your phone. Have a high level of enthusiasm on the phone. It's so critical. Okay, let's keep moving. Question number 4. J. Mark. Now, I think this was a growth vault one, but J. Mark said, I do a lot of marketing to real estate agents, and for the most part, it's a great source of leads, but they are a very finicky bunch, and and the two problems I cannot overcome, and I'm looking for ideas for, is how do you keep the agents happy and stroke their ego at the same time? Okay, so what I hear you saying, Jay, is that you're trying to build relationships with realtors so they refer you work. And you want to know how to nurture that relationship better, right? And keep them happy. Well, here's the deal with relationship marketing. Now, let me back up. Write down the word relationship marketing, because that's what all of you are in the business of doing, even though you don't realize it. You are relationship marketers, okay? This is a mind bomb, okay? Most people, especially little businesses, are transactional marketers, okay? They chase after dollars. They say, I need $200. I need $176 to pay my cell phone. Oh, where's the money? Where's the money? No. You got to focus on the lifetime value of the relationship. So if you have a strategic partner, like a realtor or some other business that can serve you referrals, first of all, you cannot expect anything in return. You enter those relationships saying, how can I serve you? How can I provide value to you? How can I blow your mind? And how long will I have to do it for it to be, for me to get a return? That doesn't matter. You just keep doing it. And then you do it to as many people as you can doing it. That's the key. That is the key, my friends, okay? So you want to focus on the long game, and you want to focus on giving indefinitely. Okay, question number 5 is from Kyle Tarvin, who's very active on this thread. Kyle's super awesome, young guy, really go-getter. Kyle said in the Growth Vault, do you regret not getting a higher degree, like a bachelor's or master's degree, or not even going to college? This was a huge question. It released a lot of commentary in the Growth Vault. And so here's my answer. I do have degrees, okay? I said this, I always joke about this, it's a little cheesy, but I have a degree in pain, a bachelor's in pain, and a master's in suffering, right? So here's the thing. I am not anti-university. I'm not. I'm not anti-education, okay? Education is everything. Like, you even watching this video is you attempting to extract something to lock into your brain, to distribute in your business, to get a return on your investment. Now, here's the problem, though. With the internet age, with my ability to make a video like this right now, you have access to education outside of formal college, right? So they do not have the market cornered anymore on education. So for a young person to go to university and learn discipline and structure to learning, is that bad? No, that's not bad. That's good. But you do not, it's not a prerequisite to winning a business at all. At all. In fact, I made a list of a few people who have done pretty well for themselves that either didn't go to college at all or they dropped out of college because they started a business, right? Number 1, Ralph Lauren. Don't know a lot about Ralph Lauren, but he's worth $8 billion, so that's interesting. Bill Gates dropped out of college, worth $86 billion. Steve Jobs dropped out of college. He was worth $10 billion when he died. Mark Zuckerberg was at, I think, Harvard. He dropped out because Facebook was going crazy, and he was worth $32 billion, right? James Cameron, the guy who did like the Terminator movies and Avatar and all that, he's worth $700 million, and I don't know if he didn't go to college or he dropped out, but here's my question for you. Did Mark Zuckerberg make $32 billion in net worth for himself because because of the 2 or 3 years of classes he attended at Harvard? Huh? Is that why? Why didn't anybody else do that, right? Look, these people are driven, they're hungry, and they're a lot of them are geniuses, right? But this is the upper echelon. For you and for me, the key is to replicate what already works. I didn't invent any of the stuff I said. I'm just repeating it to you with my own personality and passion, but I learned this stuff from other people and from books and from consuming content and educational material constantly. And I applied it, okay? I applied it. Action is also very important. If you just perpetually learn, but you never apply it, you can't win. So you got to take it and apply it. So I'm not against college, but here, I think I made myself clear there. They took intelligent risk. They are successful because of their own personal education outside of college and their own action. That's what I think. So I don't regret going to college at all. I did stop by community college for like 4 minutes or something. I always joke. I say, yeah, I went to college. I stopped by. It just wasn't for me. I was a square peg going in a round hole. I love to learn, but I didn't want to learn about, Roman mythology or something. I wanted to learn about business and entrepreneurism and margins and finance and equities and debts and blah, 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 and quantum physics. I study all kinds of weird stuff. A lot of you guys probably do. Okay, here's the last question. I'm going to let you all go. And keep in mind, share this event because people can still watch it after. Even when it's done live, they can still watch it. And if you just share it, you're entered to win the free binder. This is a $50 binder. It's awesome. And you can put all your business systems in it, which you need to have if you're going to kick butt, right? I got sales tab, service tab, operations tab. This is good stuff. We're gonna mail you one of these. So just click the share button for me. Okay, last question. Joshua Williams, this was also, I think, in the Growth Vault, was I need some advice on hiring, on quick hiring. I need some advice on quick hiring. We're thinking temp agency, quickly outgrowing our current status. Now, this is like so common. We've all had this happen. Your phone's actually ringing, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. But before you know it, you're freaking out, and you feel like you're going to collapse every day. You come home, and you're yelling at your dog, and your wife's grumpy, and she said, why didn't you call me? And you say, why don't you know I work hard? Everything I do is for this family, right? It's this whole classic situation. But here's the problem with this question. I need some advice on quick hiring. That word quick, it gets me, because that's really where the problem is. Now, it sneaks up on us. I've done this so many times. You kidding me? I've made horrible hires. I've hired people, and while I'm hiring them, I'm going, don't do it. Don't do it, Josh. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Josh. Don't do it, Josh. No. That's what's saying in my head, right? But I did it anyway because I was desperate, and it always blows up in your face. I mean, for me it did. So here's the deal with hiring. Number one, you want to try to get referrals for your employees from friends, families, and your staff. And that doesn't mean making one post and being like, hey guys, you know anybody that can work for me? No, it means like making one post per day for 30 days, like cramming it down people's throat. I need responsible, quality, driven, hungry people that want to work for a family company who will love them and serve them and mentor them and grow them and help them and pay them well. That's your story, okay? Start there. It's free. It's free. And the best employees you get are going to come from referrals of your current staff, your friends and family, okay? Number two, you need to take massive action. That's why I said post it every single day for 30 days. In general, small business owners do just enough to fail. We're desperate. We're freaking out. We're like, I guess I got to do a Craigslist post for an employee. And we're like, and then we feel sorry for ourselves because like 2 people reply and neither of them show up for the interview, right? You have to have massive action. So if you need to hire some people, if you need 2 people, you need to do 30 interviews. 30 interviews, right? As many as you can, and you only do that by being a broken record and putting it out there like crazy, okay? Number 3, you need to use recruiting cards. Now, I use these little cards. These were cool. It wasn't like the most powerful thing I ever did in my life, but they were really cool. I'm going to show them to you. And all of our staff members had these cards, and when they're at a gas station or at a restaurant, and someone was just freaking awesome, like the server is just like, hey, how you doing? Welcome to Applebee's. And they like were happy to be alive. I want that guy to work for me. I want that girl to come work for me. Because you want to remember to hire the personality and train the skill later. Okay, hire the personality, train the skill. But I'm going to show you my recruiting cards. Some of you have seen these already. Here's the front. You seem like the kind of person we would love to work with. Please consider setting up an interview with Birds Beware right away. We have much room for rapid advancement. We're an ideal workplace for top performers. How cool is that? And then the back said this. This small family company highly believes in rewarding its employees. Now, these things were pretty cool. And at a minimum, it made people feel really good. It made my staff feel good. It helped all of us be aware of our own company culture. And even if no one hires you from one of those cards, imagine what it would do for your current staff. We say, look, guys, we want the best. We are going to be the best. How can we be the best? Let's have a meeting on Wednesday about it. But here's these cards. I want you to pass them out, blah, 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 right? The last point for hiring is that you want to try to have a stack of resumes, okay, on hand all the time. Hiring should be a year-round process. You do not wait until a crisis to have qualified people to lean into. And yeah, they might have gotten another job because you interviewed them 3 months ago. It doesn't matter. You keep doing it. You keep doing it, and you put the best at the top of the stack and kind of go down from there, and then you grab that stack, call that guy, hey, you interviewed a while back. We're ready for you. When can you start? Oh, you can't? Okay, grab the next one. It makes it so much smoother, so much easier. Your business can never be perfectly smooth, but you want to take the cliffs of horrible things and you want to turn them into speed bumps, right? You can survive a speed bump, right? Who can survive a speed bump? I can. Well, Costa Rica speed bump, maybe not. Some of the speed bumps here are like black holes into the center of the earth or something, but especially in rainy season. So that's it. All I want to say in closing, guys, is follow me on Snapchat right there, Automate Josh. I'm going to start doing all kinds of weird Snapchatting stuff soon. And then also, I'm doing this Q&A session tomorrow as well at 8 p.m., okay? I'm doing this Q&A session tomorrow and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you share any of these 3 sessions, just click the share button one time to all your cleaning friends. If you do that, I will mail you, we're going to pick someone, I'm going to mail you this $50 Automate, Grow, Sell binder, and we're going to pre-fill it with some of our high-level systems that are like in my boot camp and stuff. We have a lot of spreadsheets, documents, standard operating procedures. This stuff takes forever to create by hand. Okay, so that's it. My voice hurts. I need to drink water. I love you all. I'm sorry if I missed some of your comments. I'm just now seeing there's like a billion comments. I'll try to catch up with them offline here. But have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow at the same time. Take care.